right-hander, very good. It's a good start from both Mata and Cobb. Getting the better exit, and both of them spun simultaneously. Heading into the Camel Straight, still going side by side as well. Side by side into the Curva Grande. Are they going to keep it side by side with Iceman? Yuri going for the dive bomb. Can he make it work? He's gone off a bit. And look at that. Oh, right here, right now. Otherwise, the undercut will not work. It's going to be very, very close. Iceman just gets ahead of Kyle there. Mata comes across the line, and he's your VSL Season 6 champion. Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to VSL F1. This is Season 7, and we are at round number 9 at the Hungarian for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We saw first time winner last week of Hayden. Will we see some more surprises this week? Well, we'll find out very soon. Joining me in the commentary box this week, as per usual, we got Red Matt. Matt, how you doing?
Hello, everybody. I am doing very well, Jess. How is you at this sunny track of Hungary?
Well, it's not raining at the moment, which I think the drivers will be very relieved, actually, as well. This is a track where I can compare to it as Monaco because it's without the barriers and without the walls. But Hungarian was first used in Formula 1 back in 1986, the first purpose-built Formula 1 circuit, and it's so far the only race that we have in Eastern Europe, and to be held behind the Iron Curtain as well. So this was very, very exciting race we had last week. We saw obviously Hayden take his first win, and we had a good battle between him and Flexi, and Slenderman finished in, well, the Slenderman did win on the road, but due to his penalties that he got, he finished in third. And then we had Kyle, Panos, Dave, Iceman, Mata, Ryan Berry and Tony rounded up your top 10, and then we had Ahmed and Mike in the points there as well. We'll go through the standing just a little bit later on, but this is a track where I gotta say qualifying is even more important because there's hardly any overtaking spots, is there?
There isn't, no, and this is when you'll find people doing alternate strategies. We already have someone in the wall of the Mercedes. I think that's who's the only Mercedes out currently? That's Ahmed, I think, isn't it? Yeah, so we already have a car in the wall. The curbs proving that they are a bit slippy around here.
Yes, and I think Monaco without the barriers, I think Monaco with the curbs, as it were, as well, because of the double chicane we got to talk about as well. And there has been some drama on the Hungarian Grand Prix in the past with the 2007 Hungarian Grand Prix with team orders. Let's hope we do not see something like that today as well. And Alonso is either 5-place grid penalty for failing to let McLaren teammate Fernando Alonso by on track, and then the Spaniard retaliated a little bit as well. I'm trying to see if Sam's on a lap, but he's just started, so... Yeah,
he's just started lap. He's on the mediums. I'll wait until he's on the soft
He's on the soft compound tyres. We'll wait until he's on the soft because he had, well, he requested on Twitter, you've probably seen it, that he wanted us to cover a hot lap of him today, and if he bins it during our hot lap we cover from him, then he's probably going to blame the both of us. But it's your fault for deciding that we should cover you in qualifying, as Yuri has the tie from the session, and that is turn number...
The blank corner.
Turn number 5. Turn number 5 he's binned it, so he'll be starting no higher than 13th position on the grid, which is not ideal, as Lee that's binned it. It's proving to be quite a hard circuit out there in quite tricky conditions, despite it being clear at the moment.
Yeah, but it's always proven when the track, well, I've found it in previous leagues, the track really doesn't ramp up until like the final 5 minutes, as we all have our first board on the lap of 116.7. But interestingly, I was looking at his ERS, he derated at the exit of the last corner, so he would have lost some time there.
Yep, he would as well, and I usually find it when I race around Hungary as well that sometimes you lose it before the penultimate corner, but there's plenty of corners where you can save ERS, in particular I think at the heavy braking zone of turn 1, and maybe a little bit between turn 2 and 3, and then also I would say maybe between turn 5 as well, and then the penultimate few corners from I think turn 12 to turn 14 too. It should be good to go for that one, as Ryan Berry is clipped a bit of the curve. Somehow he did not invalidate his lap there. which means I think there's some corners where you can exploit track limits. The game doesn't give you a warning for it or a penalty, but we will be keeping an eye on that as Iceman goes fast at the moment with a 1:16.2. Don't know what the pole time would be around here, but I think we can see a lot quicker lap times than what we see in the moment. I think we're seeing a mixture of lap times right now. As Kev goes fastest now, 1:16.1. I think the track's starting to ramp up a little bit with 30 minutes to go. Ryan Berry's now on his lap, about to finish his lap as he goes towards the final corner. And he doesn't derate, so he saved quite a lot of ERS. And it is a 1:16.7, puts him in P6.
Nice solid lap there from Ryan Berry, the two rivals, Ryan and Deck. They love each other in the chat that much. But no, I'm riding on board with Lee at the moment. I know this is going to be a big challenge for the drivers, this track limits, especially in the middle sector. You feel like you can push the car loads and it just isn't the downforce there as we ride on board with Lee. It's been a nice tidy lap so far. The game's saying he's purple, but you know, the game says that for everybody, like even when someone's spun out, they're purple. But it's got a lot of traffic on this lap, so we've been losing some time here as we have a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that Kyle letting a Mercedes through?
Yes, I think it is Kyle, but he has stopped on the track. So I think he's at the half through as well. But here comes Lee. He crossed the line, 1:16.4. That was a brilliant lap, actually. Puts him into P3, so we've got a Ferrari second row at the moment with the likes of Lee and Panos, and they really need to have a good session today because they're currently sitting 4th in the constructors, and obviously they need to be, well, it's going to be hard to catch Williams, but you never know, Williams could have a bad race, and Alpine's quite close behind as well, so Ferrari do need to get a move on. We do have quite a few reserve drivers in tonight, so we'll give a quick mention to them. But first of all, we've got Kieran, who is, I was about to say something about Kieran, but he just spun.
Jinx him, haven't you?
I did jinx him, but yeah, he's now full-time. He's now a full-time driver for this season, replacing Goodlip. Goodlip has left the league, unfortunately, and unfortunately Risky can't commit full-time, so he is now a reserve driver. Replacing him full-time in the Aston Martin is Vitinho, the Brazilian, who's currently sitting in last place in the standings in qualifying. So those are two newest recruits, two full-time drivers, but we do have a few reserves as well. Replacing Maverick this week, we've got Dave, and replacing, I think I'm trying to see replacing, I don't think Deck's here tonight.
He is, he's down in P19.
Oh, no, it's an Alpine that Casper's in, not Williams. It's Tony who's not here tonight, so Casper is replacing him. And I think that's all the reserve drivers that we have. Yes, we do. So we only have 2 reserve drivers. The rest are full-time, which is good news. And Kyle makes his way up into P5.
We've got Sam on the lap currently as he goes into turn 1. Nice and tidy through there, upshifting and making sure the rear is not going loosey-goosey. But we have traffic of Matt Ryan, may have put him off a little bit there. But it's been so far so good as we go out of turn 3 into the blind corner of turn 4. Very easy to cut the inside here. Does he do it? He's a bit wide and he's invalidated his lap. See, I told you, Sam.
Don't request it again, Sam.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to get us cover a hot lap again today. You had your chance. And you let me down as well. You let me down. He's probably still going to blame us, knowing Sam, but you never know. He'll probably do a quick lap without us watching. So here is on with a similar position where Sam was, so we can go on board. Matt Ryan is on his out lap, so probably not. Well, I think we'll go on board with our newest recruit, our newest full-time driver. Well, he's been in reserve for quite a lot this season, but he's now a full-time driver, so we'll see if he could do well filling in for Risky's shoes for the rest of the season as he's making his way towards the blind apex of turn 5. Really hard to nail around this circuit. And then the double chicane of turn 6 and 7 now as well. If you clip the curve too much, like I found out on previous games, you go into a spin. I think even more on this game as well. And now you're going to be heading towards, I can't remember what corner it is. You're going to be going towards turn 11 and then heading towards turn 12. Well, we have seen a few overtakes in the past, according to the game. It says he's purple sector 2, but again, don't believe the game. But you never know, he might be. His lap's looking good so far as we head towards turn 14, and now heading towards the final corner of turn 15. Let's see what he could do. He's currently last at the moment, and he's currently from last, and he's currently on par with a 1:16.106. That was a stonking lap, and I think the purple sector 2 was definitely a purple sector 2 there.
Yeah, and like as proven in previous league, he is a race winner actually around here in a league. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it, but yeah,
I know what league.
You do indeed. It is the colours of purple. Let's put it that way. But he was very strong around here, so do expect a good showing from Vitinho.
Oh, our race winner from last week has retired. I think he retired in the pits, so I don't think he can go any higher than P13. Well, he started quite low last week. And
oh no!
Look what happened, and someone else has binned it. It's an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, that's Hayden. It's at the exit. It's at the entry to 5. It looks like
so he didn't retire in the pits. Yeah. He didn't retire in the pits. He just binned it. Okay, so not the ending of qualifying that he would have gone to. But we got our first man into the 115s. Kevin Iceman just beats his teammate by 1/10 of a second at 1:15.998. So I think we'll see more people in the 115s very soon. We've got, I think, Kyle. Well, he used to be ERT Kyle, but recently he have decided that he just does not want to be with ERT anymore, which was fair enough. As I think we have got, I think, a Haas about to finish his lap, which is, no, it's not, because Mike has invalidated and he's in the pits. We got an Alpine Casper. No, it's not Casper. It's Ryan Berry who's binned it. He's binned it in the final corner. Ryan Berry, you gotta be careful, my friend. There's people about to come across the line. And then we've got let's have a look. AlphaTauri will probably go into the pits. Yes, he is. Then we got a Ferrari who is staying out, actually, of Panos. And how was that not an invalidation? I don't know, but can he go fastest? No, he does not improve there. And I think Vitinho's going to the pits. Yes, he is. What about Lee? I think Lee's on a lap. Yes, he is. He's 5 tenths down. So I don't think he's going to go in any quicker, but he may find some time on the final sector, which is why probably he's staying out. But no, he lost 3 seconds in that final sector, so he must have spun it somewhere else. So he's currently staying in P4.
Yeah, Kyle's in the wall just before the end of the sector 2. It looks like, you know, that chicane, where is it? You spun that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get into the power at the exit, and the rear's just like, you're having a laugh, mate, and just shoving into the barrier. That's him. Currently in P8, but with the track evolution, I can see him starting below the top 10 here, but that could actually benefit him if he can do that.
Oh, Casper had the weirdest invalidation I've ever seen. He had a big slide. But anyway, Sam's on pole position. He's gone miles quicker, so he must have had a brilliant final sector, or just a generally good lap at all. He's just finding the pace here today. He wants to show that he's one of the best drivers in the league. He's still currently leading the standings at the moment due to the fact that he finished ahead of his championship rivals last week. The only driver that he did not finish ahead of last week was Hayden, so he's still very happy with himself. Kieran's binned it. He's lost it. Turn 11? Well, middle of turn 11, actually. Start of sector 3, so that is not good.
Yeah.
So Newgarden is it's just crossed the line in P17. 2 Williams are not saying a lap time yet, which is worrying, but they probably think starting at the back will be okay, as the Haas kind of compromised Vitinho's lap there. That might get reported by the stewards, but we'll have to wait and see. But Vitinho is currently sitting in P4. Oh God, he's invalidated. And he's not very happy with that. But at least he'll have time to go into the pits and set one final lap. But will he have enough soft remaining though?
Interesting concept there. But yeah, he will have enough time, surely. It's a 1:15 lap time. But yeah, he'll be frustrated because he knows he can at least break into the 115s here. Top 3 is doable as Pete The McLarens are going very, very strong around here, a 1:15.3. But again, do we commentate Sam's lap and risk him not getting pole position?
No, he's had his chance, mate. He's had his chance.
Yeah, that's it. Sam, Jess has said it.
Well, I'm lead commentator. I make my own rules.
Okay.
Joking. We both have equal roles in the commentary box. That's what we like to play.
Yeah.
We don't think anyone is greater than the other. We're all great. That's why we're here at VSL. There we go. So we've got Ryan Berry and Panos on his out lap, and Casper's been on those mediums for 4 laps now, and I don't know why. Maybe he wants a feel for the track, or maybe I don't want him to be starting in the top 10 because he'll have to start on those mediums, and they wore out pretty quickly around this track. So I don't know, he's not going to have time to go to the pits either. So I think that will be it. He'll probably be starting no higher than P13. Mike was on a lap, but he's binned it turn 5 again. Luckily, he just went off the track.
Done, I think.
Was that invalidation? No, there was not an invalidation. We have Liam Panos on his out lap, and we've got quite a lot of people still in the pit. Hopefully they'll come out in time, but it is the calm before the storm. And we'll see who gets pole position. Currently, the person on pole is our last week's pole sitter, Pete, who unfortunately spun quite a few times last week, and he's probably regretted that I said that just now. But if I say bad things, you know, you can thank me later, because I said good things last week about you, and you spun, so you're welcome. Anyway, Ryan Berry is now heading towards turn 5 right now. He almost had a bit of a slide there as well. I wonder why he's going out early, actually, for a lap. Maybe he wants to make sure he gets a final lap in, because otherwise he'll only have one more chance, and that's it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just riding on board with Panos now. I want to see what he can do. He's champion. He's second in the championship.
Oh.
Closest competitor to Sam. Currently sitting down in P9 though, so it's not been a strong lap, and he has to set this lap now, otherwise he will invalidate it. Oh, the car's understeering there. He's pushing the car way too much. It's saying he's 40 up on his time, but it's just not enough. But he's still got about half a second to find on the lead McLaren, so I think this will get him into the top 5, but watch him prove me wrong, pop it on pole position, but it's not looking good so far as he comes round the last corner. Just not confident under the power. What a 1:15. Yeah, only P4, 1:15.9. It's just not great for Panos if he wants to keep his championship fight alive.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, not good for him at all, if he wants to do that as well. So let's see what other people are on their lap times. So we'll see. I think a few people are. I think I found out in Hungary that if you don't get a good lap time in right away, then that's pretty much it. You really got to get your lap times in nice and early, because otherwise you're going to be in a lot of trouble at the moment, as Newgarden goes 4 tenths quicker in sector 1, so his lap time's looking pretty good. Here's a prediction in Matt Ryan's bingo that Newgarden would get pole position here in the glorious Hungarian, but no, not pole position, points. But it's looking good at the moment. I shouldn't say anything. I should shut up. I'm sorry, Newgarden. But anyway, Mata has also invalidated. What about Ahmed? He has invalidated. Dave, invalidated. Mike is on a lap, but he's on 2 lap old softs. Vitinho, who's on the middle sector. Let's look at Iceman's lap at the moment. We'll see what he could do across the final corner. Is he going to get pole? Yeah. No. He does not improve. He's 2 tenths down. Who's next across the line? It's one of the McLarens. It's either Pete or Flexi. No, it is Sam.
Invalidation. That's not an invalidation, apparently. That's an interesting line, that, Pete.
Yeah, but we'll go on board with Flexi first, and then then Pete. So Flexi comes across the line. He does not improve. Pete, he's looking quite good, but I don't think he needs to improve. He'll get pole anyway.
How's that not invalidation?
He's just showing off. 1:15.301. puts him on pole position for a second week in a row.
Interesting track limits that, Pete, but
Yeah.
well done on that. Pole position, he had pole anyway, but the moral of the story is, if you go mega wide, it's fine, but if you go a little bit wide, it's not. But yeah,
Exactly.
there we have.
Yeah.
McLaren 1-2. I'd love to see it.
So, we've got Pete on pole, Flexi second, Kev third, Panos fourth, Iceman fifth, Vitinho sixth, Ryan Berry seventh, Lee eighth, Matt Ryan ninth, Mike in 10th. Then we got Dave, Kyle, Casper, Ahmed, Kieran, Hayden, Newgarden, Matta, Yuri and Akon. 3 people did not set a time there. And did anyone do their lap time inside the top 10 on the mediums? No, they do not. So if it's a dry session, they'll be starting on the soft compounded tyres, which is going to be quite hard to do a one-stop around here. I think it's going to be ideally, soft to hard. But you have to pick quite early, so they may try the 2-stop. So it's not going to be that long before we go through the drivers' standings whilst we wait for the drivers to get their setup and for them to abide by the 2-minute rule, which I hope they do. So, Matt, I will hand it over to you.
Okie dokie. Let's make sure the microphone is on. I'm on the right week, so we'll start with the driving standings from first to how many drives we've got now, to 29. So Flexi currently on 132 points, with Panos behind on 121 points. For that qualifying session for Panos isn't ideal for his championship. Then we have Kyle in the third, with Ryan Berry close behind. And then we have Matta and Deck. Now, they didn't qualify, no one's followed the 2-minute rule. I've just seen the timer. But someone's going to get a bit of a slap on the wrist there. But the 2 Williams, they didn't qualify, so it'll be interesting to see what they do from the back of the grid. And then we have Hayden, Kieran, Knighton, and Iceman. I say Knighton and Iceman. Pete and Ben, I do apologise. And then we go into 11th, which is Tony, Cliffy, Casper, and Kev Rusky. And then J-Luke, who is not here tonight, I don't think. Is he not? No, he's not. Slenderman, Yuri, Vitinho, Mike, and Newgarden in the top 20. Then we have from 21st to 29, Speed Risky and Lee in 22nd place, which he needs to really get his season up and running. He's not had a good season so far. Then we have Dave behind him, Ahmed, Matt Ryan, Maverick, Goodlip, Metrovica, and Delta rounding off the drivers' standings. But it's the team standings is where it gets interesting. McLaren and Alfa Romeo, 176 points to Alfa Romeo's 172. But Alfa Romeo, 12th and 16th, and the McLaren 1-2. Looks like the team standings are going to get solidified a bit more there for McLaren. Williams starting from the back. They're going to have to hope for damage limitation here today if they can get through turn 1. All okay, which they should do. Ferrari in 4th. Lee needs to get a season up and running to help Ferrari in the standings, as Panos sort of carrying that team a little bit, which I'll probably have a little word from Lee later on. I've said that, but never mind. Alpine in 5th, Aston Martin 6th, Haas, Mercedes, Red Bull, and AlphaTauri, despite their biggest points haul last race, still sit in 10th position.
Thank you very much. And that was the standings. And as you can see, we're already in the formation lap because someone readied up before the 2 minutes was up. So someone is going to get a nasty penalty from the stewards. I don't even know who it was. So we can't put the blame on anyone. But there we go. But anyway,
I blame Sam.
It might not be Sam, actually. I don't know.
I just want to be funny.
But anyway, we've got Dave, Kyle, Casper, Ahmed, Kieran, Hayden, Newgarden, Matta, Yuri, and Yuri on the mediums. Tech is going for the aggressive strategy and going for the softs. Now, that is not what I would do, but I guess he wants to get past some drivers quickly, and he maybe wants to get the soft tyres out of the way.
Hopefully, I think he may just want to, because then he can go medium hard, because I know they're quite a good race tyre, the hard and mediums, but one to watch really, Matta and Kyle, they're my ones to watch, but looks like we're getting ready for lights out. I'll hand it over to you, Jess.
Okay, so we're just waiting for the Ferrari to make his way onto the grid slot, and then we could get up and running. And I did realise whilst Matt was doing the standings, I had my game sound on full. in the game due to last night, so I forgot to turn it down, naughty me. So I did turn it down whilst Matt was doing the standing, so hopefully it's all good now. But anyway, the 5 red lights are on. We got a McLaren front row, and it is lights out, and away we go. Let's see who has the best start, has to head towards turn 1. I think it's Sam that has the edge on his teammate. The Mercedes had a good start as well. Could he get around the outside of Flexi? No, he can't. As they make their way towards turn 1, now heading towards turn 2, all using their DRS effectively, and I think there's a pile up at the back. We've had a Haas, and I think it's an AlphaTauri that's spun. That's Kieran and Dave. That's had a bit of an
Lee's round.
And quite a lot of people around, actually. Yep, Lee's round as well, and he's binned his front wing, so he's going to have to go into the pits. Iceman going side by side into turn 5 there, and he definitely made his stick there. He made it look easy. As Iceman up to 4th. Panos. Where did Panos come from? I think Panos started low down, and he's up to 3rd, so Panos had a lightning start. It'll be interesting to see his POV on how he had a good start there. Another yellow flag. That's both the Hasses. Mike had a bad start as well. Another yellow flag. Sam's binned it from the lead. That is awful for our championship leader. He needs a big recovery now. And a VSC.
Now, who takes advantage of this? Who will pit onto the hard tyres? Pete, little dummy there, that was cheeky, but who is going to get the soft tyres out the way? Does Vitinho, who's quite good on strategy? No, he does not. Does anyone opt to pit and get these soft tyres out the way? No, they do not, which is interesting because track position is everything. Really,
yeah, and you lose less time. You lose less time in the VSC, so I thought they would take advantage and make sure that they're on the more durable tyre. But obviously, Kieran, Mike, Dave, and most likely Lee as well. Lee as well will come into the pit, and will probably, all 4 of them will fit the hard compound tyre, or maybe the mediums. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Kieran's on the hards. What about Dave? Dave is on the mediums. Has Newgarden's out of the race? Newgarden's out. That is turn 4. No, it's not turn 4. Is it turn 4?
What did he do? Did he just drop it under throttle? It looks like maybe he just
middle of turn 3. Middle of turn 3 it looks like.
It's interesting that.
Just before turn 4. So let's see if I can go on board with Kieran. No, his car's gone. So I'm not able to see where he binned it there. But it's Pete that still hangs on to his lead. Panos in 2nd. But at the moment, out of the championship rivals, Panos is ahead of Flexi. So this is music to Panos' ears. Iceman up to 3rd. Kev up to 4th. Ryan Berry's also had a good start as well, up to 6th. Vitinho, Matt Ryan's had a good start as well, up to 7th. And Matt's one to watch, Mr. Kyle, is doing very well. The best of the medium runs up to 8th. Casper's up to 9th. Matter, wow, don't forget he started, I think, 19th, 18th or whatever. And he's up into 10th and already in the points. Now, there was a bingo card saying that Newgarden will get points today. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that. So, yes, sorry about that, bingo fans.
But, no, Matter, I think, sort of just needs to get a good result because after what happened at the start between him and the Ben contact, was there, at turn 1, it was a racing incident, which is unfortunate. If it wasn't raced out, we have Matt Ryan who's in the wall. Well,
I'm not really that surprised that he spun there, to be honest. He was too much on the throttle too early, and that's why he spun, and then he lost it on the curb. So that's why he's gone entire front wing missing, which is a shame because he was looking like he was on for a good result. Pardon me. As he goes in, I think he's potentially going to go into the pit lane. He's losing. Oh, we got another spinner. That's Newgarden's teammate. As Yuri, Red Bull's day has gone from bad to worse. And Dave almost had a bit of a tank slapper there. That was close, Dave. But DRS is now enabled, so this is a good chance for Panos to see if he can get past Beat into turn 2. Can he get a good run? He does not. I'm trying to see who else could get a good move, actually. No one is on the charge. Maybe Vitinho. Ryan Berry's gone wide. This could be the good chance into turn. Oh, I'm leading track on turns. To turn turn 4 and 5. And we'll see, as I think Vitinho is a little bit faster on the traction. And his speed is usually a lot better than Ryan Berry anyway. As Matt Ryan and Yuri both go into the pit, and they're still going. So they still want to see if they can get some needed points for their teams. In particular, since they're near bottom of the standings, Hayden gets past Ahmed up into 10th place in a corner that I don't usually expect to get a move done from. So I wonder if we're seeing some struggles from Ahmed as Deck also passes him.
He's a bit of a train now behind Kev Ruski. Vitinho now, he's getting held up now. I can see he's getting a bit frustrated because he knows he can go quicker, but I don't think he had the best of starts either. But look at the medium runner Kyle behind, he's quite close to Vitinho. And already, look at the LED like flashing on Ryan Berry. 2% ERS left as Kyle looks to make a move down the inside, and that was optimistic, and he's taken out the Alpine of Ryan Berry. That'll be going into the stewards for sure. Oh, Kyle. It's not Jacko car, mate.
Yeah, I did not see that, unfortunately, but it looked quite awful from what you were speaking about as well. But yeah, I think I was expecting hardly any incidents around Hungary, but I shouldn't have said that in my mind before the stream, and I should have kept my mouth shut. But anyway, Dave has retired. He's sped in the pit lane as well, so I think he's given up. Ahmed is going to try and make sure he gets past Deck again into P11. Oh, he nearly spun it there and clipped the curb. That's not what you want to do, my friend. And I think they're suffering the same difficulties as I had, because in Hungary I just can't. I think in Hungary, in one race, I'm not going to name the league. It is the Purple League. I think I spun about 4-5 times because I just literally could not control my car. I think I was too early on the throttle, I think, for some of the corners, as Ahmed was doing the dummy there, very cheeky, as Flexi goes into the pits.
Trying to maybe trigger the undercut. The undercut is quite strong around here, given he's made a mistake. Trying to get a bit further up the grid is important, as Ryan Berry, after getting spun around by Kyle, pits now to try and get back in front of that gaggle of cars he was in. Got some ERS back, but his ERS management not that great, and Vitinho will know this, so he'll probably be burning a bit of ERS now and covering the possible undercut, as he now has an angry Mata behind him now.
Yeah, Mata is chasing him for dear life at the moment, and some of these guys are proving that you can overtake around Hungary, and you could do it well. Remember the battles that we've seen in real life. 1986, where we saw the battle between Senna and PK, where PK passed Senna around the outside of turn 1 on opposite look as well, which I have to say was quite amazing as well. Nigel Mansell secured the title around here in Hungaroring as well, and we saw Jenson Button taking his first win around here, so we've seen some magical moments around here, and Mata is already showing that magical moment. Pete's in, Kev's in, so they're responding to the undercut from Sam. So let's see where Pete will end up. We'll ride on board with Flexi, but I know there's some battles going on, so let's follow those. As Mata goes around, oh my goodness, the camera does not show the whole battle there, but Mata's up into 4th place, but Pete is ahead of his teammate, obviously, and Kev comes out. Where does he come out of? What's Sam, actually? Will Kev come out ahead of his Sam? Oh, there's Deck as well. It's going to be close for Deck and Sam. Side by side, they almost made contact there into turn 1, but Flexi stays ahead of Deck for now, and Ryan Berry as well. They're both on the hards. Interesting, Ryan Berry's on the mediums. Same with Kev. Not what I would have gone for. I'm almost certain they have to pit at the end of the race, because there's no way those tyres are going to make it, because according to my information, they only last 22 laps. But you never know. They could make it last a bit longer around here as well. So these hards are going to take a long time to get out to temperature, because the hards are around about 2 seconds slower than the softs, and around about 7/10 per second slower than the medium. So we could expect Kev to potentially catch up. Yellow flag, who's that? That is a Haas. I think it's either Kieran or Mike? It is Mike, who's got no front wing now.
It's not been a good day for the Haas drivers, has it? They've been struggling to keep it on the track. We have a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that is for that Haas car, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is our Haas car.
Indeed, I've just been listening from Dave. I felt quite bad for him, really, but he was just saying he couldn't keep the tyres in the window. There were minimum pressures and they were overheating. So, yeah, he couldn't really get a feel for the track, unfortunately. But it's Belgium after this race, so hopefully he can redeem himself there. But unfortunate for Dave, though.
Yes, and I think we're approaching the next stage of the season now, where I think getting points is absolutely crucial. And if you bin it in Hungary as well, it could cost you. But obviously, there's some tracks which are a lot easier compared to Hungary, so most people may like Belgium next, or Monza, which I believe is or is it Zandvoort after Belgium. I can't remember the calendar, but it's either Zandvoort or Monza next. But I will double check that in a minute. As nope, it is Monza. I remember. I think it's Monza after Belgium. But there we go. So Mata is in third, and Vitinho is left it a bit late to go out from the softs, and he's going to be going on to the hards. But at least he's going to have 1 or 2 lap fresher tyres compared to his rivals, which could come into fruition at the end of the race. And there's a Haas that's binned it in turn number... who did spin turn 12. No, turn 13, sorry. But he's still staying out, Kieran. Fair play to him. He's currently taking P14, but there's still a long way to go, and he can still get points because the top 12 do score points, and there's also 2 extra points for the fastest lap if you're anywhere inside the top 20. But of course, you have to finish the race. If you do not finish the race, you won't get that fastest lap points.
Interesting. But I'll tell you what also is interesting. Panos still out on soft compound of tyres, 8 laps on Casper on the medium behind him with Mata, second and third. Is it? I keep forgetting. I know I helped run this league, but you don't have to do 2 stops, I don't think, do you?
No, you don't have to do 2 stops.
Not. So I'm thinking Panos looks like he's stretching out them soft tyres, and maybe on the end of this lap he's on now, going on to the hard tyres and going on to the end of the races. We have Ahmed going into the pits, which looks like, does he go into the hard tyres or will he go onto the soft tyres?
I think he's going on the hards. There's no way he can go on the soft to the end, because otherwise you'll do a 2-stop. So, and I think he's got a damaged front wing as well that he's repairing, which he is. So he's going to repair that, and yeah. So it's not Monza after Belgium, it is Netherlands. So I was right the first time. Thanks, Brandon, because Brandon's watching the stream. How are you doing, mate? Hope you are well. I didn't hear what you just said. And I
Probably spinning.
Well, to be fair, I spin it more than him, so...
Debatable.
Well, if you're talking about Hungary, then yes.
We move on, anyway.
Anyway, as Panos finally goes into the pit lane for his one and only stop. So that just leaves Casper, Mata, Kyle and Hayden yet to do their mandatory stop. Mike is on the softs. I don't think he was meant to do that. So you will have to pit again because the softs don't last a fortune around this track. So where is Panos going to head? Pete is already ahead of Panos. That's how strong the undercut is. And same with Iceman, actually. He's going to be ahead of Panos as well. So Iceman is a net P2 of this race. Where this is not the Iceman I'm used to seeing. Where is the old Iceman? Where is he?
Be careful what you say, because you might end up bottoming it.
Oh, right, I'll shut up now.
No, it's fine. But it's interesting. I don't know now. Does Panos think he's going to stretch the mediums towards the end of the race? I mean, it's doable, but he'll be a sitting duck towards the end. Unless there's a late safety car, he can pit for the soft tyres, but
or
I'm
there
intrigued.
Could be rain.
Is there rain, Jim?
There could be. I there wasn't anything in the chat, so I doubt it. But
Oh, come on.
well, we haven't. Well, apart from Silverstone, which to be expected, typical British weather, we haven't had much rain this season, which is gutting. It's McLaren. It is Flexi, our championship leader.
Sam.
Oh, that is more good news to penalties is right now. It doesn't matter where I think penalties finishes at the moment. Will Sam go into the pits? He doesn't have enough hard tyres. Oh no, he's missed the pit lane and he's hit the wall. He's retired on track. He's retired on track because don't forget, Deck got a quali ban for that, which means our championship leader, as it stands, will be getting a quali ban in Belgium, which is not the most bad thing in the world, but not good for his championship hopes. So, yeah, Deck got a quali ban earlier. That's why he was obviously at the back earlier on, but due to his retiring on track in Britain. So Flexi will be getting a quali ban in Belgium, unless obviously his wheel disconnected. I think if his wheel disconnected, then he won't get a quali ban. But Mike's out as well. They're dropping like flies at the moment, Matt. What is going on? It's crazy. As Pete's out the race. What on earth?
What are you doing? With this full course yellow safety car, Matter, Casper, Kyle and Hayden, free pit stop. That is music to the ears of them. But what is going on with the McLarens? 1-2 in qualifying. Good opportunity to get more points on Alfa Romeo. They're sitting third and fourth. 2 McLarens are out of the race.
Pete, I said bad things about you this week. I said that. I said you spin way too many times and hoping that you would get a good result, and he's retired. So, what should I say next week to make sure he does not retire next week? In Belgium. I don't know. I had to get my thinking cap on that one. Same with Sam, and I think Sam would probably want us to pick another driver for the hot lap next week. Yeah, I will. We will.
Next week. I don't know how I'm going to pick next week.
Yeah, you'll pick next week. Pick someone else to commentate over a hot lap.
Yeah, I'll pick Ben. Sorry, who? Sorry.
We'll just pick someone at random like I did last season. Until we got to the final 5 or 6 rounds, I completely forgot who hasn't done one, who I didn't commentate over. So I was just I'll just pick someone at random. But anyway, Casper and Matter muted to their ears. They're in the pits. Kyle in the pits. Hayden as well. Oh, Hayden must be loving this. We could.
Panos will speak.
Panos, I think will take the race lead, so I think it will help him. Iceman stays out. Oh, would Iceman take the lead? Yeah, Iceman will take the lead. No, he won't. No, he won't. Casper takes the lead. Oh wow. My God, this has changed things quite massively. And what's happened to Mike? According to the chat, he had the wrong tyre pressure, so the tyres were hot. Well, if he had the wrong tyre pressure around Hungary, then of course you would keep on spinning. So, unfortunate for Mike. So that's both McLarens out. One AlphaTauri out, I think. Yeah, one AlphaTauri out. One Haas and one Red Bull. And I think Yuri is lapped. Is he lapped? I don't know. No, he's not. I don't think. No, he's not. Luckily, the safety car will help him get back to the field. So his race is almost certainly back on for Yuri, which is a relief for him. Same for Lee and Matt Ryan. I think they were hoping the safety car would come soon as well. I think it's going to help everybody, actually, apart from if you're Bertinho, because he's got a time penalty to his ears. Let's see who's getting the most out of all of this in terms of positions. There we go. So Casper up 12, Matter up 16. Wow. Meisman up 2, Bertinho up 1, Khan up 6, Deck up 13 after his quali ban, Hayden up 6, Ahmed up 3, Kieran up 3, and Yuri outperform. Well, Yuri's only going to gain for this point, actually, because he's starting near the back. So, and everyone else behind him retired. So, he's going to gain no matter what. I think same with Ahmed as well. So, Ahmed is going to gain no matter what as well. But the biggest losers are the ones that are still in the race. Matt Ryan, sorry, dropped down 4. Lee dropped down 6. Ryan Berry's dropped down 1. Probably Deck's loving it due to his bet at the moment. And Kev that's dropped down 6 places. Panos started 4th. He's staying in 4th at the moment. So he wish he would have probably been ahead at the pit. And wishes probably there was no safety car. But we live and we learn. And Panos will focus now for the rest of the race and try and see if he can get past any one of those guys. We'll find out very soon.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking through the chat, and there's a message from Davo saying, Davo1406 saying, Pete Bottle incoming.
You
were fortune teller, so what's my future
right,
going to be
Davo. Like? How many brownie points do you get for that? Shall we? How about 100? Joking. Yes, but you do get. Well, at least it's not our fault, you see, because he said it first. We didn't jinx him. We said bad. We said about spins this week, whereas Dave said Pete was going to bowl. So Dave, it's your fault. So there we go. So at least we didn't jinx him this week. There we go. You can blame Dave. So lap 15 and 35. I think actually no, I don't think the safety car is going to come in this lap because Yuri's still to catch up. There's quite a lot of people watching, and I think that's because there's quite a few drivers listening. So if you're out of the race, hello.
You're out of the race. Well, why didn't you finish?
Anyway, safety car's in this lap. There we go.
I'm quite savage tonight, jeez.
We are savage. We are savage for some reason. To be honest, I've been in a savage mood all day. I've been quite wicked, probably because I've been busy at work all day. Anyway.
Oh, squirmy.
And very squirmy in the final corner. Panos, I think, is going to get a good restart once again as he tries to get past Iceman into turn 1. Carl's already got a time penalty with Ahmed. Let's see, can Iceman cover off the outside? He's going to try to at least anyway. Again, squirmy on exit deck. Losing a few positions. Ryan Berry's got past him. Ryan Berry's up into Pete and Panos into turn 2. Beautiful move. Iceman up to Panos up to 3rd. Iceman's dropped down to 4th. And I wonder if Vitinho is going to catch up very soon. Panos got getting a penalty now. So that will mean it'll be a fight for position between Vitinho and Panos with Iceman in between of that. But it's Casper that's falling away from Mata in 1st and 2nd place with Casper in the Alpine and Mata in 2nd. Casper is trying to replicate what we saw Esteban Ocon do this year to win in an Alpine around Hungary. Not going to say anything more as Panos tries to close in on Mata, but he doesn't succeed at the moment as Hayden tries to get past Kevin to the hairpin of turn 12, and he did that quite nicely. So Hayden is up into 9th place, still in the points, but again he's got a time penalty looming under his head. Casper's already out of DRS range to Mata, so good news for Casper, not good news for Mata as Panos is trying to catch up to him.
Yeah, I was just going to look at on the race start. There was an amazing battle between Ryan Berry and Deck, but that move Ryan Berry did, he sort of went off the circuit and went in front of Deck, however it let him by, but not by a full car's length. And by doing so, it sort of allowed him to get P7. So I wonder if Deck would want that investigating because he sort of gained an advantage by going off the track.
Yes, because like real life, it is questionable, and there has been some penalised moments where if you do overtake off the track, drivers were penalised in the race. Well, real life drivers at least, with a 5-second time penalty. So I think we could see a similar situation now. I think we just had a brief moment in the chat about whether Vitinho is lagging. On my screen, Vitinho's fine. he's not causing any troubles for me at the moment. I think Patino's fine for you at your end, is it, Matt?
Yeah, I've just responded to him, so... Yeah, I think Kyle doing what Red Bull do, just looking for any reasons to try and get up the pack, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But Carl's got no penalties. Patino has, so... But if Patino is lagging for Kyle, that's not good, because I've seen it had a similar situation in another league where someone was lagging so bad that he held me up and that ruined my race. But it seems to be they're driving normally, so it's not too bad. Meanwhile, Deck is having a great battle with Kieran there. Kieran could still be on for some points, even though he had those spins earlier. And there he goes for turn 4. And now going to be heading towards the blind apex of turn 5. Kieran is up to P9. So there we go. Kieran is having a recovery drive and a half. He's gained 6th position so far this race. But Hayden has gained more. Gained 8 positions for on lap 18 out of 35. And Mata has... I wonder what's happened to Casper, because Mata has gained quite a lot of pace on... Mata's gained quite a lot of pace on Casper. So I wonder if Casper had a bit of a moment, or if Mata is just quit. Yeah, he's got a time penalty. He's in 14th at the moment. But could we see the return to form that we were hoping to see from Mata many moons ago? Don't forget, he is the reigning champion from last season. Triple reigning champion. Just saying. As he makes his way through turn 1. I wonder if Casper's going to go wide there. He does not. DRS enabled. Has he got overtake on as well? No, he does not.
Ooh,
he's closing on Casper. Panos as well on the back. And also Iceman and Patino. So we've got a big DRS train forming from P1 all the way up to P6 with Kyle. So it on for the battle for the lead at the moment. And we're only on lap 19. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see how Panos tires, because Panos needs to really get in front of them to take advantage of the medium tyre. It's this isn't letting him. Badger between Patino and Kyle.
Patino, that was so close, my friend. That was so close. I think with the connection problems that these two are having, even though it's fine our end, they're probably seeing entirely different things at the moment, and they're probably struggling to find out where people are on the track. I don't want to be in those guys' positions at the moment in terms of connection, but we shall see. 3 tenths now between Panos and Mata. 3 tenths between Mata and Casper. He's got DRS. He's using the overtake. Turn 1 he goes to the left-hand side. Can he cover off the lights of Casper into turn 1? He's going to try to, but here we go. We got Casper who's trying to do the switchback, but to no avail. Mata with a brilliant line on Casper into turn 2. This reminds me of Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton back in this year's race. Panos is now trying to fight it into turn number 4. Casper getting a bit squirmy. Mata is now your race leader. Yellow flag. That's Patino. Has had a bit of a spin. I wonder if him and Carl came together. I don't know. But it might have been that Patino had a bit of a spin himself. I don't have a clue. But we didn't see it, so we're not going to judge anything. But Mata is now your race leader. Last time he has won was in last season when he was crowned champion in Bahrain. I think it was either Bahrain Short or Bahrain, but I can't remember which one it was. Wish Bahrain Short was back on this game, but there we go. Another yellow flag. Patino's out of the race. Are we going to see another safety car? Where did Patino bin it, actually? It's hard to tell because...
Right. I've just checked race director and it's saying lap 20, ERT Kyle, well, unfortunately no longer part of the team, collision with Patino.
Oh, so I was right that I had the assumption of doing that. Oh, we got a battle again for the lead. This time Casper is on the attack to Mata there. They're still always getting a bit squirmy on X in turn 1, but Casper quite comfortably takes the lead there. Perfect stuff from him as well. But all this is going to allow Panos to close up even more. Same with Iceman as well. And I think because of the collision with Patino, Carl has lost a chunk of time over the top 4. So his battle for the lead is not going to be good. But Ryan Barry is looking good for P5 of this race. Same with Hayden, Kieran and Deck. Kev with no penalties, don't forget. So he could have a chance to get ahead of some of these drivers. This race has flown by in terms of strategy. Will some of these drivers make those memes to the end? But with the safety car that just happened, it could definitely happen. So we'll have to wait and see. Panels with that time penalty looming. So we've got to get past these two drivers ASAP.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to find out, just messaging Patine to see exactly what happened there so we can have an idea of what to expect. But again, Kyle up in P5, but starting from the back. Matter and I think Casper started from near the back as well, didn't he? He did, yeah. So the drivers who were like near the back of the grid, first and second, then you got Panos now, who I'm looking at his ERS now. He doesn't have a lot to play with, so it's going to be an interesting end, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be about pure skill and pressure as well, because sometimes the pressure could get to you, especially with Mata, because he's not used to be near in the front for so long, even on this game. So I think, but he's probably used to the pressure anyway on other games, being in these type of positions. Obviously, you have been as well as a racer. I have been there once, where I've been in a position to fight for podiums once. I haven't been there since. I kind of wish I was there more often, but that time was an absolute fluke for me. But there we go. But I think you just got to make sure you can handle the pressure and just focus what's in front of you. And oh, Panos gone wide. Panos gone wide. Jury's out of the race, and that's both Red Bulls out of the race. And VSC deploy. Will it be a full safety car? No.
Let's look at these cars behind now, pitting for a fresh set of boots. These will be the ones to watch towards the end of the race.
Right, so who's pitted? That's Deck, Kev, and Lee. Brave decision. I think good decision, because the VSC is going to be out for quite a long time.
Oh, Kev, no. Just been in the pit lane, come on.
Well, at least he's still in the race, and I think we're down to 13? Yeah, we're down to 13 runners, so if one more retires, everyone will score points. So if I was Matt Ryan or Ahmed, I would pit again like lap 30, I would say, to go on to softs, try and go over fastest lap, see if you can pick up some extra points. Why not?
Well,
well, Matt Ryan's got nothing to lose. He's like 26. Oh, the gap's dropping. Okay then, scrap that. But the gap will probably increase, so I think he will, unless obviously Matt Ryan is quicker than Lee, and unless Lee has a spin, he's not going to be that quick. So yeah, Matt Ryan could go in. The VSC has been out for a very long time, so it's been out for almost a whole lap, I think, for these guys. So, oh, here we go. Oh, Hayden's got a drive-through. Our race winner from last week has got a drive-through for speeding under VSC, who have to come in soon. And he comes in now to get it out of the way. That is heartbreak for the Alfa Romeo drive, but they're underway once again as Casper takes the lead once again. Mata in second, tries to make the rim down into turn 2. Hopefully no contact there. Panos may take advantage there. Kieran all of a sudden, he's flying under the radar. So far, this could be 3 wide as they go through to turn 4. Now into towards turn 5. Casper covers a morph, but who said you can't overtake in Hungary? This is insane. We got Iceman, who is showing some good pace at the moment. Almost got past Panos. My oh my, there's so much action at the moment. Kieran is on the back of Kyle, and he wants to see if he could get past him as well. I did say we could see some surprise results here at Hungary. I didn't think we'll see a lot of people get surprise results around it. This is sensational. It reminds me of Jensen Button going from 14th in Hungary to win the race. We could, well, obviously we're not going to see that extravagant because Yuri has retired. Well, he actually started 14th, actually.
Sorry, I was laughing there because I just saw a flying Mercedes of just going to the barrier for some reason at the last corner. Just seeing the corner of my eye, Mercedes go for a little fly. But Mata and Casper going side by side once again. Look at Panos though, ready to pounce. 10 laps to go, and we just still don't know who's going to win this race.
We don't know who's going to win this race, as Panos is right on the back now of Casper. Oh my God, this has been almighty stuff from the top three. Same with Iceman as well. I have to say, it absolutely incredible. My voice is almost gone. It is Murray Walkisms right here and there, as well as Hayden gets a 5-second time penalty. I wonder if he's going to retire the car out of Europe's ration. Yep, he is.
Good job.
Unfortunately. So, what a shame there, but that means I believe everyone will score points out of the ones, if they finish, of course. If they finish. So please, everyone that's doing this race, just keep going. This could be good news for Matt Ryan, who needs to gain some points in this championship. Same with Ahmed as well. Lee is 2 as well. Kieran as well, on his first race as a full-time driver, could get some points for Haas and him as well. And here comes Kieran actually for a move on Kyle into turn number 1. I have to say, Kieran today has been proving that you should never give up in league racing. So let's see what he could try and do, as Kieran is up into P5 in this race. He's got a penalty though. How many penalties has Kieran got? 3. So not too bad. So he's going to be, I think, in 6th position. Unless Carl drops back. Carl seems to be struggling a little bit, so you never know. But I'm literally getting to a point where I do not know who is going to win this race. I literally do not know. Right, this is great.
So Kieran's made up moves. He's in 5th, has got past Kyle on the hard tyre, so it looks like Kyle's got some front wing damage from maybe the contact from the T-Neo. So, yeah, I think Kyle's just looking to get to the end of the race now, but Panos...
I wonder if it's side pod damage.
Possibly, or possible rear wing damage, as Panos, there's a statement for you. Those medium tyres are still hanging on. I would have thought they'd be dropping off by now, as Kyle Pitts looks to get the fastest lap. Someone's hearing into the stream. Probably you, Connor. Side by side through, Casper and Mata again. They're still battling side by side. The 2 blue cars, which are really hard to adjust. And that's, oh my, no, Ben.
Ben's out. No. VSC. What? There's no safety car? That was an awkward place to bin it. Did Iceman bin it by himself?
He lost it under acceleration, it looks like.
No, we talked good things about Iceman. Right, that is my fault. That is my fault. I said good things about Iceman this race. Sorry, Iceman, if you're watching this back or you're watching this now. Iceman. He was doing so well. He was doing so well. We're now down to 11 drivers. They're dropping like flies. But at least it's more retirements than... How many retirements did we have at Baku? Because I wasn't here. So, did we have...
It was commentated, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were solo commentating. How many retirements were there in Baku? Was there just...
Wow.
9?
I shall get back to you on that one.
Okay, cool. As we could see a battle between Mata and Casper once again. Maybe not actually, but Panos, I have to say, is doing very well. And I think Carl's done the right thing to go fastest lap. I think if I was Ahmed's like 2 laps down. So if I was Ahmed, I would box for softs. You've got nothing to lose, my friend. You're going to be last. I would box for softs if I were you. And then just go fastest lap. And if you do get fastest lap, then that'll be 2 extra points. And, as Ahmed has almost binned it. That was close. And, yay! Ahmed's in the pits. He finally listened to me. And Connor was wondering what you said, Matt, because he heard his name.
I was atting you, man, because we were saying that maybe Kyle should pit and go for the fastest lap. But that is what I meant. Because conveniently, he pits as soon as I mentioned that. That's why I asked you, man.
There we go. And don't forget, the stream is on a, was it a 20-second delay?
Probably.
Yeah, it is on a 20-second delay. 20-second, 30-second. I don't know. So, I think Carl must be reading our minds. Or, oh! Panos! That was almost a spin, but he caught that quite nicely. Kieran's gained a bit of time there as well. Here, the penalty update. The only driver to get more than 3 seconds of track limit warnings is Ahmed with 6 seconds. And then we got Kev, who's got no track limit warnings, but he got a 5-second penalty for speeding. Ryan Berry and Carl on no penalties, but Carl was having a good battle with Deck there. And obviously our two leaders, Casper and Mata, also have no pens. So the top two will be fine for victory. Mata, reigning champion, versus Casper, who is only a reserve driver in this league. Don't forget, he's won before in this league, both this season and, from what I've been told, in previous seasons under a different name. So this will be, I'll need to double check with Risky actually how many wins he's got in VSL under different names. So here comes Casper then, he's on a charge, and I did see someone pitting. That is Ahmed. So he's going for fastest lap as well. So Casper's going to use his overtake. This is good timing. Matt closes the door. This is going to be an epic fight towards the end. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just looking at ERS levels. Matt's not really using his ERS to defend. But like Casper, he must be running a lot more downforce, but usually around here it's 11-11 wings, so I don't understand how Matt has stayed in front. He's on, what, 55% ERS to Casper's 24, so yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yes, I am watching the ERS deteriorate very quickly. Kieran's on 67. So, I don't know what he's doing. Well, he's not closer to anyone anyway, but his ERS management around a track where it's hard to overtake is quite poor, so...
Lead on Kev Risky.
Yes, where is Kev Risky? There he is. He is in P8, and he got past Lee into a very tricky chicane. I never go for a move there because I always spin it there, so I just try and stay behind until we get to the straight of turn 12. But anyway, lap 31 of 35 now. Casper again, 3 tenths behind. This could be the move, surely. No, he's a little bit too further back. Oh, Matt has gone wide. Matt has gone wide. Casper is in the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Panos takes second. Matt has gone wide massively, and he's lost his chance from taking the victory. My oh my, it was going so brilliantly for the Williams driver. He would have been taking his first win since season 6, where he was crown champion actually. But well, I have to say, that was a big fat bottle for the reigning champion. And Kieran's got past him now. What is going on? Did Mata get damaged, or is he just struggling for grip out there? Let's see.
Sorry.
He's on 16 lap hard, so I thought the ones on the mediums would be struggling, but no, it's actually Mata that's struggling a little bit there.
Sorry, I was getting a bit overexcitable there. Whilst that was happening, there was a proper scrap going on for P8 between Kev and Lee, which I will showcase on the VSL Twitter later. It was proper argy-bargy battle, but it was nice, fair and clean. But Kev is really struggling, but it's proving a bit of a roadblock for Lee at the moment. So yeah, that's Casper currently in P1, and Mata now back up to P3 as he's battling Kieran.
Yeah, Kieran could be on course for a podium. I don't know how he's doing it with 19 lap old tyres, Kieran. Bravo. Fighting Mata, who is on probably the more durable tyres. Now, heading towards turn 5. No! Did they make contact? Yes, they did. And Kieran reset to track. You're not allowed to do that. And it was caught on stream. Naughty, naughty. That will be, I think, almost definitely sent to the steward. And he will be getting a time penalty. I think Matt Ryan needs to put commentator's curse in the bingo cards again. Is it the fourth or fifth time I had commentator's curse? Deary me. Well, you haven't jinxed anyone today. You're on a roll, whereas I'm like, yeah, don't want to talk about it. But Matt... Kev? Where is he? Kev is on the charge.
But now I was looking back at that incident between, who was it, Matter and Kieran. Kieran's still in P4, but because of that reset to track incident, he could lead himself a bit of a penalty there. But, yeah, it just, I don't know, maybe Matter could have really backed out because Kieran's on the inside. It's not really a track you go side by side in. I think, like, we've seen, I think pretty much almost everybody spin today. You said I wasn't cursing anybody.
I think I kind of cursed you. What? Why are you laughing?
You just said, oh, you're not cursing anybody, you're on a roll.
Yeah, no, I jinxed you. So technically that wasn't a curse for you, because I jinxed you. Anyway.
Curse Cam to not winning one hub, there you go.
Pardon?
It's fine.
What did you say?
It's fine. There's the championship fight for a purple league.
I can't do anything. I'm in charge of the commentators and also in charge of Atia, but not all the others. So shush. But anyway, the penultimate lap of this race.
Jesus, already.
I know it's gone very quickly today. Casper leads by 0.3 of a second over Panos. Matter, I think, will almost certainly get a podium. But I think there will be some incidents investigated by the stewards. I think the stewards are going to be very busy in VSL today with me, Matt, and Brandon. Well, you get races like that, don't you? You get quiet weeks. I think we had a quiet week in Austria, surprisingly. And then you get busy weeks, which is more than likely going to be this week.
Yes, I think, yeah, 100% right there. So it's going to be interesting to see what instant submissions there will be. I've already heard some feedback from two drivers already. So, yeah, it's already spicing up. Matt Ryan with the fastest lap, taking that fastest lap point. Where did that come from? Not even looking down there.
Yeah, Matt Ryan with I think he pitted a lap ago because he wanted to go for fastest lap. So who is anyone close to him? No one's not even close. The closest to him is Matter on hards. And also Carl on softs. And Carl had a bit of a squirm going towards the final corner. Well, on the final lap of this race, Casper still leads as I jump too many places on my screen. Do not want that to happen, my friend. But I don't think Casper should be fighting this because no matter what happens, even if Panos overtakes him, Casper will still win this race. It will be his second race win this season. And Kieran just picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's move away from the fastest lap for the time being. But so I wonder if Panos going to go cheeky send of the hairpin. Go on.
No reason to.
He's not going to. None of these drivers are taking risks. They're going to be finishing P1 and P2 anyway. And actually, no, Matter will get P2.
There's still a 3/10 difference, but Matter is pushing, trying to get within that 3 second
Casper comes across the line. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Panos comes across the line in second, and Matter 2 tenths separate him and Panos. Kieran gets 4th, but due to penalties, I think P4 will go to Ryan Berry. Yes, it will. Kyle will come across the line in 6th place. He's got no penalty, so he will stay 6th. And then we'll just wait for, obviously, Ahmed was a lap down. Get fastest laps, actually. So, Deck, Kev, and Kyle did not get the fastest lap. And I don't think Lee will either. So, unless Lee can get the fastest lap, 2 points will go to Matt Ryan. No, so the 2 points will go to Matt Ryan. So, I'm just trying to see. 1, 2, 3. So, Matt Ryan will get 5 points. So, you'll get 5 points for tonight, which is better than what he probably would have thought of. But it is Casper for the second time this season as a reserve driver. He has won this race. Bearing in mind the safety car has helped him, but he had the skill to keep a lot of drivers behind him for so long. So he deserved that win today.
Yeah, no, he's going to be my driver of the day. And also a shout out to Mata, who started, from the back as well, getting up to P3, but going wide cost him. So he'll be absolutely kicking himself as that ending proved. But look at that, the Alpine driver of Casper winning the race. So very chuffed for him. Does he fancy racing full time? Well, have to wait and see, but again, second race win, like you said.
I nearly said second race win in a row, but it wasn't that. Hayden won. I think Casper's last race win in the VSL was in France this season. He kind of actually, was it France? I can't remember. No, it was in another league. Scrap that. But he might have won France. I can't remember when he won. He's won at something, but I can't remember what race it was. Anyway, Casper wins from Panos, Mata, Ryan Berry, Kieran, Kyle, Deck, Kev, Lee, Matt Ryan, and Ahmed. They're your point scorers and finishers. And your retirements are Iceman, Hayden, Yuri, Vitinho, Pete, Sam, Mike, Dave, and Newgarden. Look at all the retirements. But to finish first, you first have to finish. And Kieran scoring his first ever point as a full-time driver, even though he scored points anyway, but he scored his first point as a full-time driver. But these results are provisional, pending stewards' investigations.
I'm just going to keep an eye on the chats, as it seems drivers are getting a little bit heated, so I'm just going to send a little message just to remind the drivers to say, any incidents, can you please report to the Discord of VSL, to which we shall investigate fairly, and any action taken will be done in agreement of the stewards.
Yes, indeed. We don't want a toxic chat. We definitely do not. If you want to talk about an incident, just DM and keep it a positive environment. But I have to say, we had a good battle between the likes of Mata, Casper, and Panos all race as well. Iceman was in there as well before his spin. It was a really fun race. Usually we would expect Hungary to be the most boring race in the world, but actually no, it wasn't. It was a great race. So bravo to all the drivers, even though for quite a lot of the drivers, the racing standards were interesting, but hopefully they will be better next week when we head to, like Matt just said, we'll be heading to Spa for the Belgium Grand Prix. Absolutely love Spa to commentate on, and I like racing there as well. It's just such a nice track. So and I think a lot of drivers like this track as well. I think quite a few drivers hate it, but hopefully the driving standards, Matt, would improve next week. So we don't want to see the same driving standards what we saw this week.
I know for sure, but with it being Hungary and the frustration of not being able to overtake, I think that got to the heads of people. But with Belgium, there's not as much patience needed, because you can easily overtake a lot more, unless it's wet. Which I haven't jinxed it yet, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to wrap up the stream there. Me and Matt are going to have a little bit of a lie down. So we will see you next week, same time at 8 p.m. UK time. And before we go, because we haven't plugged it at all, make sure you check our sponsors, Rogue Energy. Use the code VSL F1 for 10% off, and you can find out all their products at Rogue Energy. VSL.com, got the plug out there, and I can't believe we forgot that. Do apologise, rogueenergy.com. And also you can follow us on Twitter at VSL underscore F1. Same with us on YouTube. Subscribe to us and hit that notification bell and hit that thumbs up button. And you can also follow us on Twitter. My Twitter is JessGames95 and Matt's Twitter is speed_redmatt. So go and give us a follow and help us our follow accounts. Thank you very much. So we will see you next week for the Belgian Grand Prix. I've got the cheeky plugs out the way. Have a good evening. Good night.